History is full of bizarre stories that can't easily be explained, and the motherlode of unexplainable tales are those involving alleged monsters. From a swamp-dwelling lizard man to a man-eating tree, here are 10 historic encounters with deadly beasts. In 1764, a large wolf-like monster attacked and killed a young girl in the French region of Gevaudan. Similar reports soon followed, as this monster terrified the region for 3 years. It came to be known as the Beast of Gevaudan. Described as a massive wolf, the French government put huge effort into hunting it down. The beast was eventually shot by the hunter Jean Castel. Legend tells that he shot it with a silver bullet blessed by a local priest, and inside its stomach was found human flesh. Modern studies of historical records estimate the beast attacked over 200 people, killing at least 90. In 1988, encounters with a reptilian humanoid were reported in a swamp in South Carolina. 17-year-old Christopher Davis claimed to have been driving past the Scape Ore Swamp on June 28th. While changing a tire, he heard heavy footsteps behind him. He turned around to see the lizard man running at him. Davis did what any brave man would. He got back in his car and drove away. Apparently, the lizard man jumped onto the car roof, but soon fell off. It was described as a 7-foot-tall humanoid covered in scaly lizard skin. It had long dark hair and only 3 fingers per hand. Ever since Christopher Davies' encounter with the lizard man, many others have reported seeing it. "50 Berkeley Square is one of London's oldest buildings. It gained notoriety in the late 19th century for supposedly being haunted. Many believed the second floor was occupied by a monster so strange it was never given a name. In 1840, a man named Robert Warboys decided to spend a night on the second floor to see if the legend was true. Bringing only a candle and a pistol, he booked a room for the night. Each floor was taken care of by a guard who stood in the hallway. After a while, the guard heard a gunshot coming from Warboy's room. The guard entered the room to see Warboy's dead body, but his death was judged to be of unknown causes, not by the gunshot. Since then, there have been more than one encounters with the nameless thing of Berkeley Square. In 1953, the American town of Blandon Borough was terrorized by an unidentified animal. Known as the Beast of Blandon Borough, it killed many dogs before disappearing into local swampland. Witnesses described it as a large monstrous cat with dark fur. It killed so many dogs that a group of 500 hunters entered the swamp to kill it. They didn't find it. So 2 days later, 1,000 locals joined the hunt. They still didn't find much other than a bobcat, which they did kill. During the 1800s, a man named Bauman was camping in the woods with a friend. Their goal was to trap small animals for their fur. One night, Bauman looked out of their shelter to see Bigfoot standing there. The terrified Bauman shot it with his rifle. This scared the beast off. The beast returned to damage their camp whenever they were out setting traps. One day they split up to check their traps. On returning to the camp, Bauman saw his friend dead on the floor. His neck was broken and he was surrounded by large footprints. Bauman ran away and survived the experience. Many believe this story is true because it was published by Theodore Roosevelt in his 1892 book. Urban legend has long told of a mysterious beast in New Jersey. Known as the Jersey Devil, it's described as a hooved biped with wings. the head of a goat, and T-Rex arms. Joseph Bonaparte, the brother of Napoleon and King of Spain, claimed to see the devil in 1820, but this was just one story involving the Jersey Devil. In 1909, local newspapers began publishing reported encounters with the devil. There were hundreds of them, most of which described the exact same thing, and since then there have been thousands more. It's said to be heard from miles around by its terrifying scream. African folklore has long told of a monstrous plant that kills and eats humans. In 1874, newspapers began reporting the first documented encounter with the tree. The story told that the German explorer Karl Litzsche witnessed the tree kill someone. He was in Madagascar, spending time with a local tribe. The tribe wanted to impress him, so they took hold of a local woman and sacrificed her to the tree. The tree wrapped its branches around her arms and neck, and she was soon dead. The story describes in detail how the natives laughed the whole time this was happening. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, many claimed to encounter a strange monster known as Springheeled Jack. They called him that because of his ability to jump great distances. Urban legend tells many stories of him attacking people as they walk through London at night. He looked fairly normal at first, until you noticed his horns and sharp claws. He attacked so many people in London that the mayor even recognized his existence. People were advised not to go out alone at night, as just looking at him could cause you to have a heart attack. Since the 13th century, a legendary monster has been reported in Norwegian waters, known as the Kraken. It was basically a giant octopus that could destroy entire ships. In the late 1200s, Icelandic sailors encountered two of them while en route to Canada. At first they looked like two small islands, but it soon became clear that they were living creatures. Their mouths were big enough for the ships to sail through. In 1802, a French zoologist called Montfort claimed the monsters had destroyed 10 British warships one night in 1782. In reality, the ships were destroyed by a hurricane. Black Shuck is a terrifying dog monster that apparently lives in the English countryside. It's just one of many ghostly dogs who have been reported for hundreds of years. It was first reported in the 12th century by a group of hunters. It had large red glowing eyes and dark shaggy fur. Just one could kill and devour a whole village of people. Its most notorious appearance was in 1577. In 1577, a black shuck burst through the doors of a church during a thunderstorm. It killed 2 people almost immediately before fleeing. They say it left the ground scorched where its paws landed.